Welcome to Ready to Be Brave, transformative conversations with Kevin Baker about what it truly means to lead with soul in a fractured world. I'm your host, Dr. Rashan. Kevin Baker is a transformational consultant, cultural strategist, and equity advocate. His work centers on guiding individuals and organizations to move beyond the limitations imposed by supremacy culture, historical trauma, and systemic inequity towards a state of emotional awareness, cultural grounding, and authentic resonance. His ultimate goal is to foster mature global citizens capable of creating a more just and harmonious world. Kevin, you've guided organizations through profound change, but I want to start with the question that sparked this series. What does it take to be brave? What first ignited your courage to speak truth to power?
Thank you so much. It is wonderful to be here with you and all of our listeners. I often tell people that I am from the capital of the Confederacy, Richmond, Virginia. That's where I learned my first language, and it wasn't English, it was survival. Walking past monuments celebrating those who fought to keep my ancestors in chains. I understood early that systems weren't designed for my liberation.
Yet here you are, not just surviving, but transforming institutions. What was the catalyst?
It really started when I was young. I've always been a truth teller, which is one of the reasons why my mother, one of the lessons that she always tried to teach me for all of my life was, and I can hear her saying, baby, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So that and an event comes to mind, really thinking about when I was in jail. That concrete cell became the classroom where I first started teaching GED courses to other men on the school tier. I witnessed how education could break generational cycles. And that wasn't just theory, it was lived reality. It was one of the times I realized that my voice carried power, not because of credentials, because I didn't have any, but because of lived truth.
Hmm. In a concrete cell. You've said that most people confuse comfort with safety. How does that confusion keep us from being brave?
I have heard that comfort and bravery can't exist in the same space. We've been conditioned to believe that discomfort equals danger. Yet transformation, real soul deep changing transformation requires us to step into discomfort with purpose. That's where growth happens. That's where liberation begins.
Yes, but, or as you say, yes, and. In a world that's actively hostile to certain identities, isn't comfort sometimes necessary for survival? Or should I ask, for people who spend most of their lives trying to survive, don't they deserve a little comfort?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the paradox. We need both safe harbor and the courage to venture beyond it. Bravery isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision that something matters more than that fear. There's an equation that says fear plus action equals courage. For me, that something is creating systems where everyone, particularly those that are pushed to the margins, can thrive and not just survive.
So, for those who may be listening, who feel trapped between survival and purpose, what's one thing that they can do today to be brave?
Great question. I would suggest start by asking yourself, what truth am I not telling? Not to others, but to yourself. That's where bravery begins. And that quiet, honest conversation with your own soul.
I really, really like that. A quiet, honest conversation with your own soul. Well, this is just the beginning of our journey with Kevin Baker. Join us next time as we explore what it means to be a mature global citizen in a world that rewards immaturity. See you next time.